Big news hitting the creative world as the ABBY Awards gears up for a massive 2026 return. The Advertising Club has just locked in an elite jury lineup featuring heavy hitters Ashish Chakravarti, Neha Tulsian, and Praful Akali to steer the ship. These industry icons are ready to crown the best of the best this May at GoFest in Goa.
Looking for a fast-charging, ultra-responsive stylus for your iPad? Meet the 2X Fast Charge Active Stylus Pen, designed for 2018 to 2025 Apple iPads. Take your creativity and productivity to the next level. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Hollywood just got a major shakeup with an unexpected duo hitting the big screen. Ice Cube is officially teaming up with the legendary Oscar winner Tommy Lee Jones for a gritty new crime thriller titled Outside Man. Directed by the brilliant Brian Helgeland, this story follows a former mob enforcer seeking a new life in rural Texas, only to have his past come hunting him down. Broadway star Rose Byrne is on the verge of making serious history. After landing an Oscar nod earlier this year, she is now heavily predicted to score a Tony nomination for her electrifying performance in the revival of Fallen Angels. If she secures the spot, she will join an elite list of only 17 actresses to ever achieve an Oscar and Tony nomination in the same calendar year. Oscar Isaac is opening up about the intense craft behind his latest transformation. In the hit series Beef, the actor reveals he channeled the dark, consuming energy of Victor Frankenstein to perfect his role as a desperate country club manager. It is a wild look at how far a performer will go to nail a character. Want to stay on top of all the biggest stories in entertainment? Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss an update. Ever wondered who decides what truly makes an ad iconic? Well, the advertising industry is gearing up for its own version of the Oscars, and the jury lineup for the 2026 ABBY Awards just dropped, promising to shift the creative landscape. The Advertising Club has officially tapped 3 industry titans to steer the ship for the 2026 edition, and honestly, the expertise here is staggering. We're talking about Ashish Chakravarti, Neha Tulsian, and Praful Akali taking the helm as jury chairs. If you're planning to be in Goa this coming May, mark your calendars, because from the 20th to the 22nd, these heavy hitters will be judging the best of the best right at the Taj City de Goa horizon. First up, leading the audio and radio category is Ashish Chakravarti. With a career spanning 2 decades and a trophy case featuring over 500 wins from heavyweights like Cannes Lions and D and Ad, he's practically creative royalty. Then there's Neha Tulsian, the powerhouse behind NH1 Design, who will be chairing the design jury. Her track record with the Pentawards and Kaiawarius shows she has an eagle eye for the kind of visual storytelling that stops a scroll dead in its tracks. Finally, Praful Akali is bringing his expertise in health communications to the table, a sector that's notoriously difficult to get right. Having come from the client side at Pfizer and holding a massive collection of Clio and Effie awards, he knows exactly what bridges the gap between scientific messaging and human connection. This isn't just an award show, it's a barometer for where the industry is headed. With the backing of the One Club for Creativity, the stakes have never been higher for agencies looking to make their mark on the global stage. What do you think defines a winning ad in today's crowded market? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more deep dives into the world of creative excellence. After all, the best ads don't just sell products, they change how we see the world. What happens when an iconic rapper turned Hollywood powerhouse squares off against a legendary Oscar winner in the dusty heart of Texas? It's not a dream cast for a blockbuster, it's actually happening. Ice Cube is officially teaming up with none other than Tommy Lee Jones for a gritty new crime drama titled Outside Man. And honestly, the chemistry between these two is going to be electric. This project is the brainchild of Brian Helgeland, the mastermind who penned the screenplay for LA Confidential. If you know your cinema history, you know that Helgeland doesn't mess around when it comes to sharp dialogue and high-stakes tension. He's taking the helm here as both writer and director, and he's bringing some heavy hitters along for the ride. Tommy Lee Jones, a man whose career spans decades of grit and gravitas, is reuniting with Helgeland after their 2023 collaboration on Frankenstein. The plot itself sounds like a modern neo-Western classic. Cube plays Ruben, a former Chicago mob enforcer trying to leave his dark past behind by laying low in rural Texas. He ends up working for a furniture craftsman, played by Jones, who, in a classic cinematic twist, is a retired Texas Ranger. You've got the criminal and the lawman forced to share a workspace, and just as they start to build a genuine bond, their pasts come knocking on the door to burn everything down. It's a setup that feels tailor-made for intense, character-driven storytelling. Behind the scenes, Ice Cube is producing this through his Cube Vision banner, signaling that he's just as focused on the quality of the production as he is on his own performance. Industry buzz is already through the roof, with reports suggesting this project is attracting massive interest from buyers. It's easy to see why. Pairing Ice Cube's natural charisma with the stoic, rugged intensity of Tommy Lee Jones is the kind of cinematic gamble that usually pays off in dividends. While we don't have a release date just yet, this is definitely a movie to keep on your radar. Are you excited to see Cube and Jones share the screen in a high-stakes crime drama, or are you more interested in seeing what Helgeland brings to the table? Drop a comment below to let me know your thoughts, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for all the latest updates on the most exciting projects coming to the big screen. Sometimes, the most unlikely partnerships lead to the best stories, and I, for one, can't wait to see these two icons face off. Ever wonder what it takes to dominate both the silver screen and the Broadway stage in the same calendar year? It is an elite club, a rare feat reserved for the absolute titans of acting, and Rose Byrne is currently knocking on the door. After snagging her first-ever Academy Award nomination earlier this year for her powerhouse performance in If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You, Byrne is now poised to do something truly historic. She is a top contender for a Tony nomination for the Broadway revival of Fallen Angels, and if she lands that nod, she will officially become the 17th actress in history to achieve this double honor in a single year. Talk about a career-defining momentum. In this roundabout theater company revival of the 1925 Niall Coward classic, Byrne shares the stage with the legendary Tony winner Kelly O'Hara. The chemistry between them is being hailed as the heartbeat of the show, with critics absolutely buzzing about the production. While some reviews have called the show itself a bit of a mixed bag, everyone is in lockstep about one thing: Rose Byrne is a revelation. The New York Times described her performance as having a violence that can take you by surprise, while Deadline hailed her as an exemplary comedian. It is that kind of range, the ability to be sharp, surprising, and flawlessly funny, that has pundits placing her at a 69% probability of securing that Tony nomination. Of course, we remember her intense race at last month's Oscars, where she ultimately lost out to the incredible Jessie Buckley. But losing the trophy hasn't slowed her down for a second. With 2 Emmy nominations and a Golden Globe already on her shelf, a Tony nod would cement her status as one of the most versatile forces in the industry today. She isn't just acting, she is operating on a level that few of her peers ever reach. So, do you think she has what it takes to break into that prestigious group of 16 and cement her name in history? Drop a comment below and let me know your thoughts on her performance in Fallen Angels. And if you want to stay updated on all things awards season, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of entertainment. Until next time, remember that greatness is defined by how you show up, and Rose Byrne is clearly showing up for everything. Have you ever wondered what happens when the lines between your characters and your own reality start to blur? Oscar Isaac, the man who has done everything from Shakespeare to Star Wars, recently found himself at a breaking point while trying to step into the shoes of a country club manager for season 2 of Netflix's hit show, Beef. Imagine being so deeply immersed in the soul-crushing weight of playing Victor Frankenstein that you physically can't find your voice for another role. That was Oscar's reality. His throat was tightening, his energy was blocked, and nothing felt right until a simple, brilliant piece of advice changed everything. What if he brought a piece of Victor Frankenstein's trapped, isolated spirit into this new character, Josh? Suddenly, the constriction in his throat made sense. It wasn't just a hurdle, it was the key to the character. It is that kind of psychological alchemy that makes Isaac such a fascinating performer to watch. In Beef, he plays a guy who is polished, charming, and totally fraudulent, a man whose love language is service, but only because he is desperately clawing for access to a life he feels he doesn't quite belong in. It is a masterclass in embracing the cringe, while still finding the human tragedy beneath the satire. But life for Oscar isn't just about the screen. His wife, Elvira Lind, captured his most vulnerable moments in the new documentary King Hamlet, showing the messy reality of balancing a dying mother, a pregnant partner, and the grueling demands of the stage. He calls himself a vulture of his own life, constantly picking through his own experiences to feed his art. It is a humbling, sometimes humiliating process, but it is exactly what keeps him at the top of his game. Whether he is bonding with Guillermo del Toro, whom he lovingly calls the Mexican Buddha, or dissecting the generational warfare between Gen Z and millennials on set, Oscar Isaac reminds us that acting isn't just a job. It is a high-wire act of the soul. Do you think we define our success by the roles we play, or does the art eventually define us? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and if you enjoy going behind the scenes of your favorite performances, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more deep dives into the lives of Hollywood's most captivating actors. Thanks for watching, and keep questioning the story.